Hi, I'm David Shupan, pastor of Living Faith Lutheran Church, Marumba Downs in Queensland. Looking for some good news? I hope you find it here today. If you want more information, then please go to our website at livingfaith.org.au or look for us on social media. Stop what you're doing. He has risen. He has absolutely risen indeed. Stop what you're doing. I guess you're sitting down, or you've taken time out just to watch this, but stop what's going on in your mind. Slow your mind down. Stop the rush. Stop the haste. He is risen. Slow down. Stop the hurry. Stop your anxious heart. Let it slow down and not be anxious. He has risen. The fact that Jesus has risen changes everything. For you, for me, it changed history, but today it can change everything for us. To stop the busyness of our minds, stop our anxious thinking and our anxious hearts, and realise that Jesus' resurrection means something life-changing for us again today. Mark chapter 16. Yes, that's right, Mark chapter 16. The opening verses have Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome going at daybreak. First light. Sabbath is over now. So they're free to go to the tomb and embalm Jesus' body with the spices that they're carrying with them. But when they arrive, the stone's been rolled away and there are angels there, young men glowing white, and telling the three women that Jesus of Nazareth is not there, that he has risen. Now the three women go into shock. They're afraid. They start to tremble. They don't know what to do. But the angel says, go back and tell the disciples. So they do. They leave and they head off. But they don't tell anybody anything about this until they get back to tell the disciples. Then we've got a video clip coming up in a moment which shows Peter and John trembling as well, uncertain and confused, just as the text says the women were. He has risen. It changes a lot. The trajectory that we think we're on, when resurrection comes into our lives, changes our trajectory. It does confuse us. It doesn't sound reasonable. It certainly isn't logical in any human way of thinking, that somebody should rise from the dead. And not just for their own sake, but in such a way that affects everybody everywhere. Let's watch the clip.
Peter, stop!
We'll get the guys to help with the search and then we'll divide up, all right? We'll have Andrew take the north, Bartholomew will take the bottom.
Peter, stop! Look, I'm just as confused about this as you are.
Someone stole him. That's the only logical explanation, John.
Wait, okay? Look, what we witnessed today,
The guards, they took him. We have to move swiftly. We have to rebury the body properly.
Look, Peter, stop! Okay, we need to go tell the others.
Tell them what?
What we saw.
We saw nothing.
Exactly.
John, do you not understand that they are trying to stop us? That's why Jesus kept waking us up to pray. That's why they got to Judas. That's why they arrested Jesus. Just the other day, I was looking at him. I was looking him in the eye, and I told him that I loved him and that I would follow him to the ends of the earth. He was supposed to be our king.
He is the king. When we were in the tomb, I remember something Jesus said.
The linens were just lying there. They were just lying there.
No. Think bigger. Look, all of it was supposed to be preparing us for this moment, for that empty tomb. We just couldn't see it.
Couldn't see what?
Okay. When Mary came back and said that the tomb was empty and that the angel of the Lord was there, that's when it started to come back.
John, enough. We can reminisce about this later. Jesus is missing. We have to go find him.
He's not missing. That's the point. Look, He was trying to tell us about this. Jesus was preparing us for this. He's risen. Peter, he's a different kind of king, and he always was. Peter, do you remember that night Jesus asked us who we thought he was?
When he called me Satan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I called him...
Lord.
Lord.
Lord of all, Peter. We just didn't understand.
But he's gone.
No, he's risen.
He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it.
He did it.
He did it.
Peter, he's risen.
He's risen. He's risen. He's risen. He did it. Do you hear that, world? He's risen. He's risen. He's risen.
I'll say it again. Stop. He is risen. It's important to stop and to contemplate what it means that Jesus is risen. Risen for me, risen for you. How does that impact my life? It's an interesting theological thought. You might have given intellectual assent to that idea. Excuse me, but what about your heart and your soul? What about your body? How does it affect you as a complete person? To understand that we have to stop. Stop the haste. Stop the rush. There's a clothing company in Toowoomba in Queensland run by a young Christian couple, and they've called it the Anti-Haste Clothing Company. It's because they realised that rushing through life, being hasty in everything they do in their physical action, in their mind and in their hearts, was destroying them. So they chose a different lifestyle. And they even named their clothing company after the idea, anti-haste. It's a great idea. When we slow down, when we take time out from the busyness and rush of what really is an ever increasing rat race, when we take time out and stop, then we have time to consider what life really is, what it could be and what it can be, and what Jesus has done to make it a full and fulfilling life for us. But to do that, we have to stop. To understand resurrection, we have to stop. Stop what you're thinking. Stop what you're doing. Stop where you're going. Stop being so caught up in things. Just stop and contemplate what it is that Jesus has done for you, what Jesus is doing for you through his resurrection and through his gift of resurrection to you. As I was growing up in the Christian church, I was taught that I need to die to myself every day. That is, to my brokenness, to my sinfulness. I need to take my thoughts captive and not let them take me off on perverse ideas and down perverse tracks, which will take me away from God and take me away from my loved ones. That will end up taking me just to a place where I'm curved in on myself and not interested in anybody around me. I needed to die to that. And in dying to that, I have an opportunity then to stop where I am, stop going down the track that I was heading down, and allow Jesus to extend a hand to me, to lift me up, to resurrect me. Today, yes, I will be resurrected in eternity when my body dies, but there is an opportunity for it in every day. To be raised up to a better day, to a better life today, to be raised up in a way where I have the capacity to love others as I've been loved by Jesus. And as I am being consistently loved by Jesus, day by day, always there, always ready to extend a hand to lift me out of the trouble I've got myself into out of my bad thoughts to save me from words that harm and actions that do harm as well, and rather make me a loving person. This is what resurrection is. It's a brand new life for a brand new day. Easter Sunday is a seasonal time of the year where we specifically remember this resurrection. But for Christians around the world, every Sunday is a resurrection Sunday, because every Sunday is about the good news of Jesus and the grace and the love and the mercy that the Father extends to us through Jesus. For Christians too, really, every day is a resurrection day, where we start by dying to ourselves and putting our selfishness and our ignorance and our arrogance aside, opening our minds to new thoughts and our hearts to new possibilities in God through Jesus. This has been my life now for 65 years almost, and I thoroughly recommend it to you. It's a slow process. Change doesn't happen immediately. We never become perfected beings in this life. But if we're open to learning and open to being taught by Jesus, then life progressively becomes far more powerful, far more confident, far more certain, not in ourselves, but in the promises of God. And we can stand upon those promises, knowing that Jesus will resurrect us today. And all we need to say is, "Help, Lord, resurrect me today. I'm sick of the old stuff. I want the new that you have to offer." Enjoy the rest of Easter. If you've got holidays tomorrow as well, might that be a blessed fun day with family, just like today. Family and friends, have a great time. In Jesus' name, be at peace.